Hey guys, welcome to Touch the Tech. In today's video, we are going to see about how to code in Python for machine learning and data science. If you haven't installed Anaconda or Spyder yet, I have put the link in the description. Make sure you install Anaconda and then start coding as I do. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe and like my channel, and you'll get more of Python videos similar to this. I'll be explaining about all the algorithms which are available in machine learning as well. So do subscribe and like the channel, and also share it with your friends. Also, the Python file which I'm doing now is available in the description below. You can install your Anaconda Spyder and you can just simply import it and explore whatever I've done now. Everything right? So I'll explain you what are the data types which are available in Python. We have few things like list, which is given by square brackets, tuple, which is given by round brackets, and dictionary. Also we have set, but these three are the main things that we use in Python. So if you want to comment a code like which I've done here, you can use this hash symbol. You're getting it right? This will not run. If you give F9 also, nothing will happen. Okay. So if you have, when you're running, right, when you're giving this green symbol which is at the top, okay, so what happens is the entire Python code will run at the same time. Okay, so with the things which are commented will not work at that time. So if you want to give some description what is happening, you can give in commented codes. So for that you have to put either hash or like there are like command and one symbol is there. So if you give like this, you'll get, okay. So I'll explain, these three are the main data types which we are using in Python. Okay, I'll explain how this list works. So this particular symbol in square brackets is also used for slicing. Okay, so the purpose is we can slice it. I'll show you how we are slicing that. And tuple is there. For tuple we use this brackets. If you want to give any input, we use this round brackets. And for creating tuples. Dictionary is one of the most important concepts. We'll see how all these three data types are being carried out. Okay, so I can save this as well. And I can use it anytime when I want it. So I'll save it as Today's date is 11th. Okay, so I can send you this file after the class gets over. You can just import it in your Spyder and you can start practicing as well. So it makes very easy for you to understand, and for practicing as well, it is very easy. Okay, so we'll see what are the other basic data types we have. So int, integer, float, string, boolean and complex. So we have these basic data types. Okay, so do you know what is this integer, float, string, bool and complex are? Any idea? Just try if you know. If not, I'll just explain. Correct? String, character. This boolean is okay, mostly comes with actually here in Python we see with true or false, that comes under boolean. Okay, and complex is like you have seen, like 3 plus 4j, something like that. Correct? Remember in mathematics you would have seen number like 3 plus 6j, something like that. Okay, so we'll see how it works. So first we'll see integer. Okay, so any number without decimal places are integer. So I've passed this 2 value to a. Okay, and if I want to check what is the type of a, so I can give like type of a and I give F9. So every line you have to give F9, that is for executing. Okay, so this type A, you can F9, correct. So you can see the output, type of A is the input and that is integer, it is saying, because you have passed an integer value. For example, if you have given 2.7, what would it be? Okay, so this is a float, you have got it here. Okay, so let's check one by one. So this is integer, and even if I pass so it is actually case sensitive. If you given caps letter, it won't accept. Okay, see, for example, I've given b is equal to -10. So here you can see b value which I've given, a value which I've given. Okay, a value is 2 and b value is -10. So whatever data you are updating here, you can see it here. If you want to see the output, you can see it here. You getting it? Difference between variable explorer and console. Fine. So if you're giving type B, you're executing this F9. It says that name is not defined because we have given in caps letter, so it is actually case sensitive. So the caps and small letter, you have to make sure that you're giving it correct, whatever you have declared it. Fine. Okay, next we'll go to float. We'll see how float works. Or if you want to execute a bulk of code, you can just select this and give control plus enter, so it will execute all of once, rather than executing like each and every line F9 you have to press, right? So you can just rather you can select this and give control enter. Okay, so you can see this is a float, right? So this should be a string. Okay, so anything that you give inside the quotes will be a string. It will Python will take it as a string. You can also use single quote as well. Okay, so you can use either double quotes or single quotes, so anything you can use for string category. Clear? So even if you are using a number inside a quote, what is the type? Okay, you can see every output here. Okay, so what we are going to do here is I'm going to put something like so what is the value of, will this work or not? Yes, but I've converted it into integer. No, I've converted it to integer. Yeah. Okay, so what it will do is it will convert from a string to integer and then pass the value to s1. Okay, so you can see the value of s1, which is it is automatically added. But whereas if you add it like string plus integer, it will be an error. I'll show you the same. So if you give like this, it gives an invalid syntax because two different data types you are trying to must be string, not integer. You're getting it right. So this is a wrong statement. Okay, so we can do something like this, converting into another integer, another data type. So So if I want to check what is the length of this particular data type, so each and everything which you have defined here is a variable. You're passing these things to a variable. You're getting it right? Everything is a variable. Okay, so if I want to find what is the length of a variable, I'm executing this, so it says 17. So D is this one, so it has 17 letters in it. Fine, you can understand, right? Okay, so even I can add something like this. So you can see this R2 value. This is a Python. So you can give some space in between and try to execute again. So, and if you want to just see that in console as well, you can give print of R2. So you can see this here, right? So if you give print here, you can see it in console itself. What is the output, something like that. Or else you have to see that in Variable Explorer. Okay. So let's go to Boolean. So as I said, Boolean is mostly true or false. In Python, we mention true and false using the first letter will be in caps, T will be in caps, and false, F will be in caps. I'll show you how it works. If I execute, you can see it is false because 8 is greater than 7, 5 is greater than 4. So you can see it is true. So Python will use this case sensitive method. You can see this, right? Both the first letter will be in capital letter. This false and true is there, right? So the first letter of both false and true will be in capital letter. That's how Python accepts and gives back as well. If you want to give a true statement to Python, you have to give using the first letter to be in caps. So in Python, if you want to give equal to, you have to give 2 times. If not, what it means is you're trying to pass a value to D. If you give single times, means you're trying to pass a value to a variable. That is what it means. But if you want to check if this value is equal to this value, then you have to give 2 times. Is it clear? For example, 8 is equal to 8. It should be true, right? It comes as true. Any doubt till now? So this is also true. 5 is not equal to 9. Okay. So I'm passing F equal to false with the first letter being capital. Okay. So what is the type of F? Because we are passing true or false. Just give me 1 minute. I'll be back. Okay, so not equal to is given by this way. You understand, right? Yeah, hello. Not, this is not equal to symbol. You understand, right? So this is equal to. This is greater than, and also you can try lesser than. Okay. So if I'm giving something like this, what would be the answer? Okay. So I can also do things like is it right? True or false? Yes, this makes a false. Okay. False, it is false actually, because 3 is greater than 4. Yeah. So whereas if you give, then our statement will be true. Okay. So this is with Boolean. Next we'll go with complex. So we have seen integer, float, string. Okay. So do you have any doubt till now? Okay. So I'm passing. So what is this? What is the type of M? Okay, so you can see it is complex. So there are also like real values, imaginary values. Have you studied about that? Maybe you would have done in some 8th or 7th standard. Real values, imaginary values. Yeah. So if you want to find what is the real value of M, you can give. So when you're typing itself, you'll get the values as well. See, you can, when you're typing itself, you'll get the values. You can choose what you want. So if I'm typing real, it will come. You can just choose it. So this 5 is the real value. Okay. If you want to find the imaginary value, okay, img stands for image, and you have to give image. So 10.0 is the imaginary value. Fine. Let's go to the next one. So you can do a multiplication of both M1 and M2. So you do mathematically, in the sense you'll be doing it something with this 5 plus. So you'll know this, you'll be multiplying this with the first number, then the second number, and this number with the first number, and again second number you'll be multiplying. So this will give the output. It's already given like 125 plus 0j. So Python is mostly used for, you know, analytical stuff, for doing mathematical calculation. It's like very simple, you can easily do it, no complex codings inside this. Okay, so I can pass this multiplication value into M3, where I've got M3 is here and I've got the value. Okay, so if I'm trying to convert this complex number to a string, okay, string of this complex number, so it will actually convert into, if I want to convert into M4, okay, so if you check the type of M4, it will be in string. Got it? So we have seen the basic data types, the most important data types, all the 5 we have seen. And also there are techniques like so if I round off this value, what will I get? Do you have any idea? Yes, because if it is greater than 0.5, it will go with the next value. If it is lesser than 0.5, it will go with the previous value. So you'll be getting 11. Whereas if you do the same thing for 0.3, you'll be getting 10. So this is for round off. And in case if you want to do an integer of, you know, so this is a string because I'm giving inside quotes, correct? So I'm trying to convert that into an integer. Let's see what happens. So it is converted. So it will just remove the previous 0 value. And for example, if I'm trying to give integer of, this will be a float value, correct? I will give a string to integer, okay, and this will be so what do you think will be the answer for this? It will be only 10, because after the decimal places it won't accept, because it is converting into integer from float, from decimal to normal. So integer is something which is without decimal. Okay. So also if you do integer of, you have some values with the preceding zeros, leading zeros. If you want to just remove this integer 0 values, if you convert into an integer, it will convert into, with the previous zeros will be removed. So these are with the basic data types. So the most important thing, as I said, list, tuple, dictionary. Okay, I explained you. So tuple is something which has round brackets. Okay, so we'll see how tuple works. What is the difference between tuple, list, and how dictionary works. All the three will be seen it now. Okay. So as I said, round brackets will come into picture here. Okay. So fine, tuple. So actually you can even remove this brackets and you can do the same thing. It will be tuple only, but with the brackets only, it is the recommended way to do in Python. Okay. So we can pass anything inside tuple. For example, integer, float, boolean. So say I have true. So if I give quotes, that will be a string. So I'm trying to give so this will be a boolean value which I'm trying to pass inside a tuple. That will false. So as I said, it has to be in case sensitive. Here also case sensitive. So tuple we are having T2. It will accept anything, integer, float, any kind of data types you pass, it will accept. So let me give another example. So this is a string giving a float value and an integer value, trying to pass it. So everything it is accepted here, you can see here. You can also give, if you want to check the length of it. So there are 5 values inside this. So you can see, you can use the length command and check what is the length of it. So T1 passing as. So I was talking about slicing before. Let's see how slicing actually works. So T1 value I have already passed. So for example, if I want to check the what is the second value inside that. So we have seen that length of the value is 5. Okay. So in Python it checks in the way this first value will be 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. You're getting it? So if I want to slice the first value, I'll be giving us T of 0. Okay. So you can see that 1. Okay. So I want to slice the middle value. Then I'll be putting what will be. Okay. So T1 of 2. So if you want to slice anything, you'll be using square brackets. That is, if you are trying to extract something from a variable, you will be using square brackets. And if you want to give any input, then you will be using round brackets. Just remember this thing. So 2 you have given, we have got the value as 3, which is the middle value. And if you want to come from reverse, from the back side, okay, so we can, if you want to just check the what is the last value, I can give as -1. 5. Okay, 5. And you can also try something like this, t1 of, so what is this length of t1? So -1 will be 4, so it will check the last value. So we have seen about tuple. Okay, so tuple is always immutable and list is always mutable. Okay, so it means that in list we can change whatever inside this brackets, we can change the fields, okay, change the values. But in this tuple we cannot change it. That is why you use this round brackets. For example, so this is actually a very important question for interview. What is the difference between list and tuple? So you can say that in list we can change and tuple we cannot change. So we have given so many tuples here. Okay, so for example, I'm sorry, so I'm giving this third value, I'm trying to change something. Okay, I'm trying to give 99, it wouldn't accept. Okay, but whereas in a list you can do the change. So when we come to list topic, I'll show you that. So I hope you have understood about what is tuple, how to use it, how to slice in tuple. So the next topic is list. This is one of the most commonly used in Python. So I'm passing it into L1. So we have L1 here. So in case if I want to slice something, same thing, same kind of techniques you're going to follow. Only difference is we can change the things here. So you can see that we have sliced 3, that is the second index we are slicing. Okay, so for example, if I want to change the second to be 78, okay, so I'm passing the value. You can see here that the third value has been changed to 78. You understanding? So this thing we cannot do in tuple. Okay, so there are techniques like append and insert. This is also one of the most commonly asked interview question. You know what is append, what is insert? Okay, so append is something, if you want to add something to this list at the last, say if you want to add 9, for that you use append. Okay, insert is you can use a position and you can give the values and you can add it. Like for example, if you want to add in third place, you have to use insert, not append. Clear? No, insert is to add something in between the values, any position, 0th position or 5th position. Using a position, you add the value. Append will add only at the last. So for example, if I want to add L1 dot append, I want to add 9, okay. So you can see it is added at the last. Clear? So you can also double click this and check, because if it is a big list, you can go inside and check. You can see what is the data type also, integer, string, everything is given. Okay. So I'll append one more value. It's added here 56, you can see. So next we'll check how we are going to insert the value. So say for example I'm going to add something at the third position. So first thing which I'll give is position, and then the value will be 23. So at the third position I've added. Is it clear? Any doubt you can ask me. In the brackets I'll be giving this is the first position and this is the value which I'm going to insert. Position is the index value. Clear? Correct. Position is the 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is the third value. At the third place I'm going to insert 23. I've inserted it. When you practice, you can understand more. So for example, I'm having another list which has 7, 8, 9. Okay. So with L1, I want to add this list also. Then I'll be giving it inside here, and if I execute, seven, 8, 9 is also added. Extend is to add another list inside the same list. I'll see. Okay, just read this. We are trying to insert another list with the existing list. So this is the existing list. So we have another new list here, L2. We are trying to insert this list to L1. Getting it? So if you click L1, you can see that the new 3 list, L2 is also added. This is L2, 7, 8, 9, which I've added here. When you practice it, you can understand very quickly, because I've given all the definitions here. So when you are practicing, you can understand better. So this is to remove 9 value from the list. 9 which I was having here was deleted from giving 78. Is gone. You understanding it? So if I want to remove 66, so you can see the 66 here, right? That is in a string format, so I'm just trying to give 66. We'll be removing it. It's gone. And then list if you have multiple lists, like 2, 3, 4, 5, you can even add sum up to list. So you can see this, right? It will add 2 lists and produce 1 single list. So you can add list plus list. That is what I was trying to say. So we have syntax like del one of so you can see this del syntax. We have 2 kind of syntax to remove the code. So this remove is to remove the particular value. For example, if you want to remove the 8th value, you can just give 8 and you can remove it. But this del is using position. So if I want to remove 7, so what will be the position of it? Four. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th position, right? So if I give del of L of 4, yes. So if I remove, 7 is also gone now. Okay. So this is to delete using so same as tuple, you can also add integer, character, boolean, float, and complex as well. So if you add everything, you can pass it. Both list and tuple will be almost same. So there are also like delete, we have L1 dot pop. So using this you can remove the last value. You can see that, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to remove the last value, so it is also an interview question that what could be the difference between pop and remove and delete. What could be the difference, they might ask. So pop means from the back, from the last you are going to remove. Okay, and if I want to remove second position, so second position is 3, let's, yeah, 3 is gone. So similar techniques. Removes using position. Okay. So this is a list I'm having. So if you want to pass inside, if you want to pass this values to another list, You're getting it? We are just copying a list into another list. You have this list value. You're passing this values to another list, another variable, which is the list. So if you want to sort it, you can just give, you can see L4 value is this one. Okay. So if you want to sort this, all these values 3, 2, 4, 6, whatever is there, L4 dot sort. So you can see if you are giving reverse equal to true, then it will be in descending order. Everything is sorted here. Correct? So this will be descending order. And if we don't give this, now it is in ascending order. You can see this. Is it clear? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. That is a syntax to do a descending order. So you can see this value which is in ascending order. If you give reverse equal to true, it will be in, it is a syntax from Python for doing descending values. You can see this, right? Sorry? No. It is just a syntax to make it descending. So if you want to so river, forest, rain we are having. So after I do a descending descending sorting, it is changed to river, rain, forest. So alphabetically it is just sorting out. Similar to numbers, the same example. I'm using characters here. That's the difference. What? How is that? No, it is coming from the last to the first, so it is correct only. Oh, yes. RI. Okay. Correct. So if you are doing the same thing, for example, if you want to sort it in ascending format, I'll show you that also. So it is sorted in ascending order now. Similarly, how you see in record note or the absentee's name which you see every day morning. So it comes in alphabetic order, right? Similar to that. So we have also giving something L5 let's go to I have this L5 value and I'm trying to predict how many times this 5 is in picture. Oh, okay, I have to give L5. So what it actually does is how many times 5 is. Do you understand what is this? So it will just check, is just counting how many times in this list 5 is there. So 1, 2, 3. 3 times is there. So it is saying that L5 comes as 3 times. Clear? So I have given the description for everything. So if you read this, you'll understand it when you're practicing. So this indexes to check what is the position in the list. What is the position of 3 in L5? So you're trying to see that where is 3. Okay, so it will say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4th position. Okay, so 4th position. Okay, so let's go to next topic. In list itself we have something called range. So you can see L10 value, it goes up to 100. So range is something to define from this value to this value. Okay. If I want to give a range from say 11 to 20, L11 is there, 11 to 20. So last number won't be there until this will be there. If you want 20, you'll have to give 21 as the scope. So L11. So it will come up to 20. So range is basically from this value to this value. You're getting it right? And if I want to get the number of even numbers and odd numbers, so this L12 is the number of even numbers. So you can see the difference between even and odd numbers. So do you have any doubt until what we have seen till now? Okay. So I have a list, something like this. Okay. And I want it to repeat 100 times. So I'll be giving multiplication. You can see in this list 100 times it will repeat. You can see the number of index 100 times it will come. Okay. So if I'm having a list like 1, 2, 3, can you say what could be the output for this? So it'll repeat multiple times, like 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. So it goes on up to into 10 times. So it's actually a list, not tuple. Anything which is inside square brackets is a list, not tuple. Round brackets are tuple, and tuple is immutable. We cannot change it. So can you say what could be the answer for this? So for example, if I'm having a, so you understood how I'm getting this even numbers, right? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, from range of 0 to 100. This is actually step size. I will say this, call it step size. That is like it will jump from 2 numbers, it will jump. So this is actually step size. With that we are getting this list value. Okay, so if I want to slice something, so I'll do a list slicing and show you how it works. So this is how we slice. I already told you, with square brackets we'll be slicing it. So if I want to predict what is the fourth value, L18 is not in picture, so it is L17, L12, which is list of even numbers. Okay, so you can understand, right? What is the fourth position in L12? I'm trying to predict what is the fourth position. So it's 8 value. So this is how we slice a single value, which I've already told this in tuple as well. But the new thing which I'm trying to explain it here is, so the last value, if I want to check, I give a -1, and if I want to slice from 2 to 6, okay, I'm getting 4, 6, 8, 12. Can you explain this? What I'm trying to do here? 2 to 6. I'm trying to slice this. Clear? Yes. So you can see the values here: 4, 6, 8, 10. Clear, right? So you actually, when you keep on practicing, you get much comfortable with this. So every class you try to practice before going to the next class. Whatever portion is there, just try to complete by today, so that you can understand the next day topics much better. So I can give up to 7, which will give from 0 to 7. You can see here values. 7 is actually the position. So if I'm giving, so what does it mean? Can you explain? To the end, that's it. So it will slice all the position from 18th position until the last 100. Okay. So you can also do, you can try to pass something like this, L13 equal to this. So what does that mean? Any idea? First to third, that's it. So L14 is there. We can check this. First 3 position will come at the last until this here, right? So for example, in 14, L14, you want to check if a single value is available. For example, I'm trying to predict. So what will be the answer? False. So you can see false is there, because it was a set of even number. Whereas if I give an even number, I can say false because we didn't, it was the 4th position, I think. So maybe if you try with, we didn't put the, we acquired only till 3rd position, right? So now it is true. Okay. So whereas you can give 7 not in, so what is the answer? Okay. So this is called list. So what is the answer for this? So what is the answer for this? Correct. So I believe that you are much confident about and or using. Okay. If you have other topics like list of list, so this will form multiple lists inside a list. So you can see this, right? So inside this list, usually how we are getting is this will form a single list, correct? But if you double click this L1, you can see there are two lists because I've given two lists here. Using comma, I've separated it. So you can also click this list and you can check this. So it is a list inside another list. Clear? So if I want to slice this, I'll give, so this will be the 0th position and this will be the first position. Clear? So if I want to slice 3, how will I slice it? So I'll be giving another thing. So this will be the syntax. Okay. So if I want to slice 9, how will I? Both are similar. I can give the same. I gave 2, so you gave -1, both are same. Okay. So this is list of list. So similarly, same thing we are doing here. 6, 7. So we are using a tuple here. You can see this, right? We cannot change it. That is why we use tuple. So, but we are using that inside a list. So same, we can do the same slicing using this above example. It's going to be the same thing. You can try that practice. Okay. Only thing is you cannot change it. So that's it until today. So it's correctly like 2 hours, and I'll give you an assignment now. Maybe you can practice that. I'll send you that in mail.